I am always on the lookout for new horror games. The indie scene always surprises me with some very creative takes, and that's the reason why I always go to the indie game community to pick up some incredible games. Today, I'm going to talk to you about a game with paper aesthetics, fairy tale-like setting, and a very dark story. Hi everyone, my name is Jeremy, and this is my non-spoiler review for Tales from Candleforth for the PS5. The game was developed by Under the Bad Games and published by Feardemic. Tales from Candleforth follows the story of Sarah, a young girl who belongs to a family of healers. Her mother died and her grandma disappeared just when she was going to pass on the craft to her. Grandma Dorothy leaves Sarah a series of instructions to acquire 3 ingredients needed for her to pass her powers to Sarah. Now it is up to you to find those 3 items and find out what is going on with your family. The story of this game is told through hand-drawn cutscenes and visual elements that hint at what is happening in the story. In terms of visuals, this game has hand-drawn paper visuals that make it look almost as if you were reading a fairy tale. In terms of colors, the game has a lot of chapters where there are a lot of beige colors that give it almost a monochromatic feel, but as you progress through the story, there are other sections where there are deeper tones and it's more colorful. And the setting in general is very fairy tale-like. In terms of music, this game has some incredible soundtracks that are very atmospheric, immersive, and melancholic. So let's talk about the gameplay, and honestly, I don't have much to say here. This is a point-and-click adventure game with puzzles. The game is played from a first-person perspective, and the game focuses completely around solving puzzles to move the story forward. The game is divided in chapters. In each chapter, there are a series of puzzles to solve. Puzzles are at times obtuse, but in general, they are not too hard to solve. However, puzzles do demand that you pay attention to the details so that you don't get stuck for long periods of time looking for what to do. Once all the puzzles in the chapter are solved, you play a minigame and then the chapter ends. Tales from Candleforth is a very short game and takes around only 1 to 2 hours to complete. In regards to performance, the game ran consistently without any frame rate drops. However, there is some form of glitch during the ending of the game where the final cutscene doesn't flow as it should on the PS5. So let's talk about the pros and the cons of this game. And among the pros, I would have to first talk about the visuals. The hand-drawn paper aesthetics play really well into the fairy tale-like feel of the story. And additionally, the horror imagery is unnerving and eerie. In regards to the music, it's immersive, melancholic, and captures accurately the tone of the story. And last but not least, the story. All I can say is that it's simple, but it's dark and effective. It's basically a dark fairy tale. So let's talk about the cons of this game, and I would have to point out 2 things. First of all, obtuse puzzles. A lot of the puzzles are not exactly hard to solve, and they do require that you pay attention. However, there were far too many times where I wasted a lot of time trying to understand what the game wanted me to do in order to solve the puzzle, and that was very annoying. The second critique I have for this game is that at far too many times it was hard to tell what you can interact with. I found myself constantly having to move the cursor all over the place just to find what elements were interactable. And I feel like interactable elements blend in too much with the environment, making you waste a lot of time just to see what you can touch and interact with. So in conclusion, Tales from Candleforth hits all the right notes with its visuals, music, and story, but it's dragged down by some, at times, obtuse puzzles and confusing user interface, making it hard to understand what can be interacted with in the environment. However, these end up being little things that do not ruin the experience. There's a really simple and effective game that you should not miss out on. So for this reason, I recommend Tales from Candleforth for the PS5. That's gonna be it for my non-spoiler review. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys next time. Bye! Hi everyone, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel to keep up to date with our content.